Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of JK's Deal Reveal. And tonight we are going to feature a real deal like we do every night, every Thursday. But tonight we have a returning Deal Reveal guest speaker. Having trouble logging in at the moment, so I'm gonna I'm gonna delay a little bit while the JK team helps them get into here. But we have scheduled for you Dwight and Sheryl coming to you live from Mexico, buying properties in the US as Canadians, coming on the deal reveal for what is it, the third or fourth? I think it's the fourth time now in the last year. So they're just rocking it, rolling it, and it's amazing. So that's what we have in store for you. While we do have a little bit of time, I do want to let you know that JK's New Year Revolution is done. We did it. The last 4 days. It ended yesterday, the day before yesterday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, 4 straight days. We went through the New Year's Revolution, and lives were changed. Honestly, we went from defining the vision for our lives to the vision for our year to the creative process and first steps and intentional um, um, plan, yeah, the pacing of those visions as well. It was all done over 4 hour modules and live. And so if you missed it, if you're listening, oh man, totally missed out on that one, you can still join the New Year Revolution. It's not too late. You just won't get it live. You'll have to catch the recording. And how do you do that? jkrealestatepartners.ca/NYR, New Year Revolution. Or if you're in the All You Can Learn Pass, the yearly container, that's just one of the 30 plus programs that you have with the All You Can Learn. And so that's what we have. I just got the notification that Dwight is in the room. I don't know if Sheryl is going to be there too. I hope so, because Cheryl's awesome as well. The next live JK event is going to be at the end of February 24th and 25th, our epic bus tour in Cleveland, Ohio. So if you want, there's still a couple of spots left in the bus, and we're maybe even considering getting another bus because there's been a ton of interest, and everyone's excited about it. So there's that, and it is exclusive to JK members, All You Can Learn members, or if you've been in the community since we've had the blueprint and all that, you have to be part of the community. That's who we're filling the bus with first. So there you have it. That's coming up. And the Butler is still going strong, but we want to focus on Dwight and Sheryl's deal that they're going to reveal. I'm keeping the mystery all the way till the end here because it's somewhere in Ohio for some price, but we're excited because we're going to spend a couple of minutes. We're going to see if we're meeting those golden rules of U.S. real estate investing, cash flow, and discount. We're going to see if the numbers make sense. And so let's get Dwight and Sheryl up here. Let's make sure they've been promoted to panelists. JK team's on fire, already doing it. Wonderful. Thank you so much, back office JK team. We love you. So unmute yourself if your internet is strong enough. Dwight, Sheryl, open up your camera. We'd love to see you again on the deal reveal. We don't hear you. There you are. Perfect. Hey, how we doing?
Good. Since host has stopped video.
Oh, so we didn't give all permissions. That was probably my fault. So how about I do this? It's because I was sharing my screen when you tried to share yours, I think. So try again.
That's okay because everything communication wise for the last hour and a half has been my fault. So
I'll take some of the blame.
you go.
Is it working now?
I can see and hear you fine. I said, no, it says you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Darn host. Who can start? I'm giving you everything I can here. Do I try one more time?
Yeah. Same thing.
What the? Okay.
I know, I
Let
know. It could be my internet here too. Could be.
no.
You,
No.
no?
No. I'm promoting you to co-host, the highest permissions in this platform. Now you should be all right.
There.
There you go.
Ah,
Here you go.
yes,
Whoa. Yeah.
we've
Beach
got
hair.
light.
Beach hair.
It's worse than what I thought.
Well, at least you can tell I have clothes on. I'm
There
like,
you go.
You're right.
hey,
Welcome to Mexico. All right.
yeah, exactly. Hey, it's
Yeah.
kind of a show tonight.
Yep.
I
No,
love it. Well, thank you for taking the time again to join the deal reveal. I did mention, I don't know if you were on, but coming live from
mhm,
Mexico. So maybe you want to tell
yeah.
us a little bit about that. How does closing a property in Ohio as a Canadian in Mexico, how does that work? But ultimately,
Uh,
you're here to, yeah, you know the drill. So tell us a little bit about the
yeah.
deal, the story.
Well, the deal is, well, we started looking for fourplexes or threeplexes type thing. Never had an intent to work on single family homes, but over a year and a half, we've met an adequate amount of people, property managers, real estate agents, owners, sellers, buyers, whatnot. And upon meeting a new property manager, our second property manager, we're going to have two separate property managers for separate properties now. He said, "Hey, gee whiz, I have a single family home and it's up and running, Section 8. Section 8 rents are going up. No, you don't like single family homes, so the numbers aren't exactly what you want, but they're pretty darn close. Uh, if you're looking for a 10 cap and a 9.5 falls in your lap, you should look at it." And that's what we done. It's in Akron, Ohio. Um, yeah, so we can put it up on the screen if you want to look at it.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. If you have it, or you want me to pull up my side.
I've got it here. I'll try to share screen. And if it
Yeah.
doesn't work, I'll give it to you.
That way you get to
Um,
show exactly what you want. So a couple of nuggets for those who maybe are newer to U.S. real estate investing. We talked about Section 8, which is a government subsidized rent program. So the government pays the rents to Dwight and Sheryl, the landlords, because they are renting their property to a government subsidized tenant. So they got a voucher and they trade in the voucher for rent, basically. And that rent comes to Dwight and Sheryl, guaranteed on the first business day of every month. So that's pretty awesome. And a single family home. So 4 bedroom, 1 bath. I like it.
yep.
Section 8, maybe it's important to say that the size of the voucher, the value of the voucher changes with the number of bedrooms. So the more bedrooms you have in your house or in your apartment unit, the more you're going to get from the government guaranteed rent. So a 4 bedroom, you absolutely are probably commanding some nice rents with Section 8, and that's what you can
Right.
take in.
Yeah. Now we when we started crunching our numbers on this one here, we used the typical tools, Rent-A-Meter and whatnot. Rent-A-Meter can be erroneous, and in this case, it was showing rents of $1,400-$1,500 a month for this house and location, and we're to the understanding from our the seller, now our property manager, that Rent-A-Meter is showing rents too high because of the location. It's near it's near a college, but not near enough type thing.
Yeah.
So the rent is $1,200 a month with Section 8, and it should be 1,300 or more by October.
Wonderful, excellent. And for
Mhm.
those curious, this is in Akron, Ohio. In Cleveland, a 4 bedroom voucher could go up to $1,800. Could, if the owner pays all utilities. So
Mhm.
just goes to show you how much these programs can pay. So very,
Right.
very interesting.
And even though the rent is low here, the tenant is paying all the utilities. So it's six to one half dozen of another in this case. Our property management numbers aren't put in the correct place because this property manager just does a flat fee. And if you start, if he has to do any extra work, then we'll get charged more. But if everything's running good, it's $75 a month. If you had us adjust the vacancy rate for this particular property over his personal properties, I understand he's only seeing 3% vacancy. But even if we put it at 5 and the Section 8 rent goes up to 1,300 in October, the numbers are about the same.
Mm-hmm.
And we're cash flowing at a 9.5% interest, 75% LTV mortgage. Oh, 9.7 cap. It seems like it might be a pain in the butt to only make $2,300 a year, but that's good. That's with 10% for maintenance and repair. That's with 3% for vacancy. Everything else has been accounted for. So
Love it. Love
seems
it. Love it.
okay.
Yeah, it seems strong for a single family home. I mean, if your mortgage is at 9.5%, obviously that's going to hurt the cash flow, right?
Yep.
If you project yourself 3 years down the line and you are able to refinance this property, say at a 7 or at a 6.5, by that
Yep.
point the value went up, principal payment goes down, you refinance, rents go up year after year. What is today cash flowing 200 a month might jump up to 500 a month, right? In just a couple of years, right? Because that is expensive financing at 9.5.
It is.
But you're going for a higher LTV. You want the biggest,
Yes.
leverage possible.
And one thing we did learn with this mortgage broker is that because the mortgage is small, we're going to be hit with a larger rate. We did have the option to buy points down, but we discussed it and said it's better to do this and pay some out later on in the year type thing if we see fit.
Yes.
What else is there? Yeah, that's it for the more. Oh, and there are no penalties for early pay down, to the best of my knowledge. So we could shift gears here if this is hurting us later on and pay this down with the rent from with the rent from here obviously and the rent from other properties if we think this interest rate is hurting us,
Mm-hmm.
which it isn't right now.
You know the deal's good when you're cash flowing $200 a month at a 10% mortgage. Like it just,
Yes.
the bones of this deal are good. If you're
Yes.
cash flowing that much with those type of financing rates. So
And I
excellent.
even though the numbers work very, very, very well on this one, the comfort level for us was that we personally met the property manager. He's got a good rapport with our group, with more than one individual. He's been in the trenches himself through the good, the bad, the ugly over the years. Managed to, in my mind, identify what was wrong with his business in the early years, and now he's taking care of those areas himself, the property management, the appraisals, and people on hand to do renovations, repairs, and whatnot. So
I
that
love
was
it.
the people is what we bought here, not the building.
That's powerful because this is an off-market property, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And let's just repeat, who was your gatekeeper for this deal? What's their title? What's their role in real estate in the world? Right? Because gatekeepers wear
They
different hats, right?
yeah. So this guy was an owner. I can give his name if I'm
You don't have
allowed.
to give the
That's
name,
all.
but like,
Yeah.
where does he
Yeah.
fit in the
So
in?
he's an owner, an investor. At one point in time, I think him and his partner had about 100 properties ish or doors in the Cleveland area.
Mhm.
So he's a property manager. He's an appraiser for some lenders, up to 4 units. Yeah, that's what I know about him there.
No, that's
Family man
perfect. And it's just
from
that like
Cleveland.
when we keep talking about the gatekeeper marketing system, off-market deals, gatekeepers, where do you find these people, right? Well, he happens to be in like 4 different boxes, but each one of them, were you thinking about property managers as people who have
Yes.
properties for sale? Are you
Yeah.
thinking about
Yeah.
appraisers? Are you
Yeah.
thinking about inspectors? Are you thinking about general contractors? Are you thinking about like there's a lot of hats in the real estate game, and each one of those are potential gatekeepers, right? So
Absolutely.
congratulations. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's try to. I guess I can unshare this screen here if I can figure it out.
Yeah, you want to stop the share? There you
Sure.
go.
Ah, perfect. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so that's perfect. So, but basically, up to this point, we touched on the first golden rule of real estate cash flow, right? We're about 200, we're well above the $100 mark. And it looks like there's going to be some easy margins to increase that cash flow over the years. So that's fantastic.
And it
Um,
was appraised, did we buy it at this kind I believe so. It was appraised in October at 116, and we have an appointment for to schedule an appraisal for the lender here in the coming days. So uh, it it should appraise at over 100. So
Beautiful. So a small discount to its value, and a turnkey property as well. No project here, right? It's just
correct.
tenanted, ready to go, management built in,
Yeah.
rinse and repeat.
And if I may step outside the box with their intent for this call today,
Mhm.
we actually signed the paper for an offer on a threeplex about
Ooh.
20 minutes ago. We done that from the beach today. So yeah, so it's going to be the same property manager. It's a realtor we haven't worked with before, but came recommended by our property manager and known by the JK team. And this one's turnkey as well. So it seems. So we will see.
I love it. Momentum, right?
Yeah,
Momentum.
yeah.
It's funny how when we travel, it seems like there's just different energy. When Janie and I travel, when we were in Mexico too, the deals just wouldn't stop. So maybe it's the Mexico thing, Dwight. I
There you
remember,
go.
yeah, I remember we did our highest sales and the most closings when we were in Mexico since we started. So interesting. I really should go there again soon.
Hey, yeah, there's you probably had a place to stay here, maybe.
I know. My goodness. I checked
Yeah,
my all you can fly pass, and it's pretty far from where you are, those airports, but I was
we need to look
really
at
tempted.
we need to look into that too. We've heard about that years ago. Well, it may have been through JK in the beginning, but uh, kind of slipped off our radar. Could be
You
a
have to
good way to
travel quite a
travel.
bit to get them your money's worth on that. So maybe
Okay,
let's just take
gotcha.
the rest of the call here to talk about the remote side of investing. So you did this from the beach. Can you
Okay.
I know it's like your beach deal making is going to be different than my deep beach deal making, but is this easy? Are there big constraints around remote investing from international? Like, well, what's a day in the
Uh,
life of Dwight in Mexico?
I don't believe there's any restraints as long as you have good communication. Uh, right from the beginning, I think the biggest restraint we probably put it on ourselves too was that we didn't have a team in Cleveland. We didn't have proper property managers, the proper people to do the work. Uh, but over the last couple of months, our original refinance started coming through. We could see where funding was going to come from a place that we wanted to come from. So, and we were talking to a lot of people along the way, and we just happened to on this deal, on the last three deals, we're able to say, "Hey, you three guys, so the property manager, the real estate agent, and the mortgage broker, we're going to put an offer on this here right now. Uh, can one of you guys orchestrate this from the ground, and we'll sign the paperwork." So essentially, we voiced our opinion that we found a building that we like. Uh, we talked to the first one of those three or four people that pick up the phone because all the people that are important, and see how we can move forward. And the first thing we agreed upon was give them a contract and try to use their time as effectively as possible. So it's a matter of being able to communicate effectively uh, and respectively with the people that are doing the work with you in Cleveland. So easy, I would think, uh, with regards to communicating with doing business. But if you don't have the people on the ground to do the business, that's what you need a team around for sure, absolutely. But easy, I'd say for us now, easy.
Beautiful, amazing. That's very, very exciting. So basically, you've featured more than oh yeah, my goodness, how many? I don't want to over a handful of units in your first year featured on the deal reveal. Now, just
Okay.
today, you talked about three or four more. How many more
Yeah.
deal reveals are we going to see in 2024, Dwight?
I think we could do with the money we have right now. We could do two or three more if we can do it the way that we want to do it right now. And then when we sell it at home in Kelowna, British Columbia, which is we have people working right there now to everything from painting to cutting the grass, trimming the trees. That we're hoping to see a for sale sign on that thing when we roll home here next month. So more from the sale of that, but up until midsummer, probably two or three more. I think,
Beautiful. And that's within your own reach.
and then
Yeah, go ahead.
that's just what that, yeah, that's what they're, yeah, if we were to be able to attract individuals that wanted to work with us and bring their own money or something, a skill set that could better the terms that we're getting, uh, by all means, we could do more for sure.
Beautiful. And you weren't
It
part of
seems
the
like
New
it
Year's
seems like the
Revolution. You had no excuse. You were in Mexico. You could have followed that training. But if you
yeah
had a
yeah
vision and if you said
I,
2024,
yeah
this is how many I'm going to do this year. Do you have a target for the year?
uh, I really think there's no limit. The only limit is how much money you can bring in, and how many properties that your team on the ground can move. I would like to. Uh, I think 20 something units are doable if we could keep the people on the ground moving.
Mhm.
Uh, so like right now, we're just using the money from our refinance from our fourplex. Kind of funny, but not funny. It's not in our account yet, but it's about 2 or 3 weeks away. We're able to orchestrate with our mortgage broker and a property manager, who is the seller. We have an approval from that lender to move forward type thing, so we can put offers in and subject to financing. So that's how we're able to do this. We can do two more of those with the same lender and the same property manager and realtor type thing. So if we can keep that ball rolling, uh, and the timeline rolls into when we sell our home, uh, there's no reason we can't keep going with buying a couple a month, I would think. I think for us right now we have three on the go, and I think you mentioned there earlier, 6 projects would be good enough. But uh, if they're turnkey, it's just a matter of keeping track of what you're signing, pretty
Yeah,
much.
if it's
So,
turnkey, it's hardly a
and the most
project.
we have on the go is 6. No, that's exactly it. And we actually have had one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 projects on the go at a time in Vernon, British Columbia. Two of them were full-on jobs that I was doing, overseeing. Uh, Two of them were gut job fourplexes that Sheryl was overseeing and doing a demolition, a roof on a duplex, and a gut job on our home in one summer for 4 months. So it can be done. I wouldn't recommend it to just anybody, but
Right.
so the short answer is that gee whiz, we could do 20 this year if the rates not if the projects show the right numbers. I think uh, if you only want a 7 or 8 cap, then you can buy as many as you can afford, really, in Cleveland.
Oh, that's for sure. There's
So,
no lack of eight
oh,
caps in Cleveland, put it that way.
yeah. So and our goal has always been a 10 cap minimum, and with a buffer for it to be able to fall down to a 10 cap.
Right. Absolutely.
So yeah,
I love it.
I think the real estate tree is ripe for the picking in Cleveland still.
Hmm. Yep. And even with those subsidized rent programs, Section 8, Eden, VA,
Mhm.
there's a ton of them, and they pay well. They've caught up. The bubble has caught up on rents, and so the ratios are back where they were pre-COVID. Right, COVID they threw them out of a whack a little bit. Prices went up, rents lagged basically, and now they're caught
Okay.
back up. So the
Yeah.
ratios make sense again for long-term, uh, subsidized rent housing. So that's really really cool. So we're providing an essential service
Well,
and cash
what
flow.
what I was going to say was that $1,200 a month for a 2 bedroom, or sorry, for a house with a square footage is about what you would get for a rental house of that quality in Vernon, British Columbia. Social assistance type thing. I think you'd probably get about 1,600 Canadian, and we're getting 1,200 US. We're going to get 1,300 in the fall. That house in Vernon wouldn't be $106,000 US. It would be
How much would
around
it be?
400 Canadian.
There we go.
It's probably around 400 Canadian. I haven't looked, but that would be the minimum. The minimum. So yeah.
So for equivalent rent, 4 times more expensive in Canada.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Pretty.
Mhm.
So if you want a 4 times your cash flow and your investing potential, well, we've got a door wide open for you. So that's really amazing, Dwight. I know Sheryl, you're not far. It's amazing, Sheryl. You're great. We love you. And um,
She just had to hop on another call there. Sorry,
oh,
guys.
no worries. Priorities, right? What's this?
Yeah.
We have I always ask this question. I've asked it every single time you came on. Now in your journey, what would you say is the one takeaway, the one golden nugget for people listening in on your journey?
Ah, you need people on the ground. That would be build a team. I know it sounds corny, but build a power team. And I think for everybody that means something different. Some people probably could have jumped on the real estate boat in Cleveland when we did, and had success with the people that we didn't. But for us, we had to physically come down and meet the people, and in a couple of cases make friends first. And then that friend just said, "Hey, I have a place that if you hear me out, it might work for you," and it did. So we moved on that way. And our mortgage broker, gee whiz, came down from Detroit, special trip to meet us and walk to our property. Stayed overnight, the whole 9 years. That was Henry. So that's
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, he'll be the first guy we go to for a mortgage every time. So yeah.
It's good to have the banker in your pocket, that's for sure. 100%. Hmm. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, congratulations once again.
That's
Yeah, we have a little bit of a delay, so I was just going to start to wrap up. But do you have any other nuggets you'd like to share? Any other final comments?
No, I highly recommend anybody that wants to work in Cleveland, go to Cleveland. I'm not a city person at all. Like I don't like many Canadian cities, some US cities. I like what I see in Cleveland. You can go there and get around and relax and do business fairly easily. It seems like it. Just got to learn their systems,
Hmm.
and don't be shy about paying for good support. That's necessary, I think. Training, courses, yeah, all necessary.
It is a different country, and like you said, it does
Awesome.
have
Thank you
different
very much
rules.
for the chance to present.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you for taking the
Mhm.
time. Thank you for sharing your experience, your knowledge, your strategies. And we did all that today. So thank you so much. I look forward to bringing you yet again on for the deal reveal to show your next deal. And maybe that triplex in a couple weeks. Who knows? And so that is Dwight and Sheryl, a graduated and now alumni from the JK community, still rocking and rolling in Cleveland and beyond from Mexico. So thank you so much once again.
Here. Thanks, guys.
Right on. So, do we have a deal or no deal here? Right. Let's see what everybody in the audience thinks of Dwight, single family home, basically a 10 cap, strong cash flow, turnkey, bread and butter type deal. Just knock them out of the park. These are not grand slams, but they're 1 point, home run once in a while, and then you know keep the momentum, build those relationships, keep on going. It will compound over time. So that's what we have. If you'd like to come to Cleveland, if you'd like us to show you some deals and meet some of our power team members, including property manager, contractor, realtor, multiple realtors actually, project managers, ourselves, we're going to be there. It's the Epic Bus Tour in Cleveland, February 24th and 25th. You must be an all-you-can-learn member or have attended the previous blueprint or been some kind of JK partner or alumni to be on the bus. So if the all-you-can-learn is of interest or you don't know what I'm talking about, it's every single thing we've done for the past 10 years bundled together, 30 plus courses, financing, property management at a distance, just so many short-term rentals, luxury short-term rentals. It just goes on and on. How to find deals, how to evaluate deals, how to calculate, how to negotiate, how to do multifamily. It's every program is there for you. And if you don't want to go through all that, you just say, hey, Kyle, be my deal butler. We have started doing that as well. So if you'd like to join the wait list, there's half a dozen approved people already on the wait list. And so if you'd like to add in and be in queue where I find a deal that meets the golden rule of real estate, and there we go. We close and we buy another one. That could be the easy way for you to do it. Talk about having the team on the ground to help you invest in the US. That's our deal reveal for this evening. Have a great one, and we'll see you next week, same time, where we will most likely be featuring a deal butler deal that is scheduled to close on Monday. So that's what we have in store. Have a great one. We'll see you soon. Now for tomorrow.